Hello, friends. Thank you all for your beautiful messages today. I have been reading all of them, not only in my inbox, but also my email too. And it's not easy talking about, anxiety or panic or things like that, or let alone daring to dream outside of the 9 to 5 corporate cookie cutter life, right? So I'm glad that I did because I think that we get to this point in life, and I'm going to talk about this in these 8 stages that have really came to me through meditation, through journaling, through really connecting that soul alignment connection. And really what we get to in life is we can feel so bogged down by the things that we're doing. We can feel like we're essentially numb, that we're just tapping in and tapping out. And I truly thought at these different stages in my life that was this it? So as you guys probably saw from my post this morning over on my Facebook wall, is that feeling of, is this it? That was the catalyst for my change. That was the catalyst for saying, okay, is this really it? So I'm going to walk you guys through these 8 stages. Now, again, these came to me in a journal. These can be vastly different for anyone else. But I think these are the stages that we go through towards finding purpose, finding alignment, finding your way out if you have to find your way out of a bad relationship, a corporate job you don't like, a cube life, as you guys hear me talking about quite frequently, but really finding that alignment within your own life. So if you have a pen and paper handy, grab it. You'll probably want to write these down because if you know these stages in your life, you can forecast for the next stage that is coming for you too. So, hey Megan, yes, journaling helps so much. I totally agree, girl. So number 1 is the state of being numb. This is the stage where we stay numb. We're tapped into other people's lives, other people's thoughts and ideas of who we should be, who we should become. We sort of strap into life with someone else's seatbelt that we didn't put on. It's not our own. We're simply going through the motions. And I call this state the being numb state. And it's going through life and it's not intuitively your own, it's someone else's. So we get caught up in this stage of being numb based on things that we've been brought up to believe, right? Maybe our parents have told us, this would be a great career path for you, or this, how about you try this? And it's no fault of their own or, ours. It's just we get caught up in not listening deep enough to who we want to be and who we want to become, right? So we're in this state of numb. And I often think of this stage when I can recall having to sit in rush hour traffic, and I would be sitting with my hands on the wheel, and I'd take a look to the left and a look to the right, and I would look at the faces of the people next to me, and I would say, is this it? Again, that feeling of, is this it? And I would ask myself, why are we going through life feeling so numb, that low vibe, right? Or we get home from work and we're turning on the television and we're numbing out and watching someone else's life, living someone else's dreams, right? They're out there doing their thing, and we sit back and this feeling of inadequacy comes in. So that stage of feeling numb. If you're there, let me know. Feel free to comment below if you're in that state of numb, feeling stuck. And let's talk about the nudge. Number 2 is the nudge. Now, I talked about my nudge today with you guys on my Facebook page, and the numb came as a form of a massive panic attack in the middle of a boardroom meeting. Talk about great timing, right? But it was the nudge that I needed to say, hey, this isn't right. This doesn't feel right. This isn't energetically correct for you. So the nudge came in, and that night I fell to my knees and I tried meditation for the first time. Lo and behold, it was the thing that I needed. It was the nudge that I needed. So if you're feeling the nudge right now, you're feeling this feeling maybe it's to drop down into prayer, or to journal, or to create morning mantras, or to create different rituals in your life to wake up so you aren't stuck in the numb stage. Let me know if that's you. And then next, we come to this pre-awakening. It's almost like you're looking around at this new state of the nudge, right? So you've been trying meditation, you've been connecting with other people, you've been deep diving into some personal development books, and you get to the awake stage. Now, I think the awake stage goes a little something like this, and if you're there, you'll completely know what I mean. But you get to this higher level, right? And it's this higher level of thinking, it's a higher level of seeing the world, it's this higher level of love and appreciation, it's seeing destruction, right? And we'll talk about that in a little little bit, but it's getting to this higher level of thinking and processing life and looking at it as if life is happening for you, not to you. You get to this level and you peak out. And that initial peak is like, is anyone on this level with me? Is anyone here? Can we talk about this? Can we talk about being on this higher level of thinking, right? And how many of you are at the peaking stage? The peaking stage is those personal development books like we talked about. Maybe you're tapping into spirituality and this woo-woo crazy stuff, right? Yeah, crazy until you dive in, right? And trying meditation, or you're praying to God and you're asking for answers. And so this level of awakening is right there. And then you start to meet the people that are in this new threshold, this new vibration, right? So number 4, what happens after we reach the peak of awakening, that peak out of, is anyone here with me, is frustration, is seeing the low vibe, the numbness in other people, the other people, right? We start to see it in coworkers. We see it maybe in our bosses. We see it in family members. We see it in other people. Now, this isn't to say you're being judgmental. It's to say that you are actually seeing the numbness that you once were. How many of you feel what I'm throwing down right now? And that frustration of, why the heck can people not be happy? Why can't you find love in this certain situation? Or why is it always you having the worst of every scenario happening to you? We get caught up in frustration. We also see things like ego, we see destruction, we see war, we see political climate. We start to see those things and they make us mad. They make us pissed off. Now here you have a choice to go back into that state of numbness. And to go back into that state of, I'm just going to go back down. I'm going to go back down because no one else is with me here. Or I haven't found the right people yet. So I'm just going to retreat. And I'm going to turn on Netflix and I'm going to binge out every single night. And I'm going to forget what I'm here to do. I'm going to completely forget. And we tend to feel like that's what we should do when we reach that state of frustration. But I guarantee if you push through this, it's the next departure action, okay? So number 5 is departure action. This is when we say, peace out. I'm not going to work here anymore. My story. When we say that thing that we needed to say to that boss or that family member, right? We say, okay, I got to go. Or I have to say what I have to say right now. We get caught up in being part of the departure, right? That scary, hairy moment of letting go. And number 6, we start to feel resistance again, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I said the thing I needed to say, but now what? Now what? I'm feeling really good, but now what? It's connected action. So it's coming into communities, sisterhoods, considering yourself a light worker, right? Big term, but I think a lot of you are ready for that. I think a lot of women are stepping into the role of light worker. They're stepping into that role of the feminine love. They're stepping into those true connections that are uniting little communities. As you guys know, I have my own community that I pulled together. A lot of the women are in there that are light workers. And really going through this process of feeling that departure action of peace out, right? Saying the thing that you need to say and then coming into connection. Being around the other like-minded people that are just like you in this area. And number 8 is the final one. So again, we've moved through the process from being numb to the nudge to, peeking out and saying, is there anybody here with me? To the last one of purpose. This is the sweet spot that all of us are looking to get, that we're all trying to connect with. This is living, doing, and creating on the things that make you excited, the things that are your unique gifts, the things that you've gone through in the numb stage, right? You've gone through the process, the crap in the past, right? You've gone through that, but then you get to the purposeful state. And this is where you start to say, okay, I said peace out, now what? I said goodbye, now what? The now what is the purpose, is the time where you've severed the ties and you move into the state of doing and action and momentum. And this is where so many of you that I work with one-on-one is where you put on that entrepreneurial hat and you say, I want to create a business. I want to take my business online. I want to teach other people. I want to show other people how to do a certain thing. And this is where you come in and you become part of a community and you learn how to do that. And so if you've been stuck in a 9-to-5, not sure how to get out of it or what is this world of social media and how can I use it as a business? It's a big, beautiful world. And, you follow the system. So this is where at Purpose, in my journey from step 1 to being numb to step 8 to finding true purpose and alignment, was the whole process of birthing Boho Branding School. Now, if you guys have been with me for a while, maybe you have seen it, maybe you've heard testimonials from past alumni that have been in it, but Boho Branding School is just that. It's going through the soul foundational work, all of that being numb state, all of the why is this happening, why are these things coming up in my life, why is this, why? We ask why, and is this it, right? So we ask those questions and we get into our soul purpose right there, in our soul foundation, I should say, because before you can build a business, you have to have a solid foundation. Amen? Right? Who wants to go out there and just create a half-assed, business online and say, okay, here it is, let someone buy it. It doesn't work like that. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and it's so incredibly true that when you build a foundation that has been created from what you've been through, you stand firmly and rooted on that space, so that when you start putting walls up to your business and you're creating that virtual space for people to come in, your vibe better resonate through all of the walls and all of the foundation that's there. And so as we create our walls and we create our business and how to have an amazing business online, we slowly start to build the roof and we start to create this beautiful, beautiful home online. So that's what Boho Branding Business is all about. And, really, it's super exciting this time. It only launches a couple times a year. I keep a close eye on all of the people that are on the wait list. There's nearly 300 people on the wait list right now. And for me, it's such a tight-knit community that when we come together, we move together. So just think of it this way. You come together and you're ready to do the soul work, and then you're ready to build up your foundation. Wouldn't you rather do that in a community of people that are moving with you, they're helping you? I mean, imagine someone handing you a hammer and some nails and, here you go, build up your walls, and doing it together in a space where the foundation is based on what you've been through. So I'm super excited to be launching that again soon. I'm so excited to hear where you guys are at in your stages. Feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I love hearing your messages, where you're at on your journey, and knowing that you have this ability to tap into this beautiful space of owning your gifts, owning your purpose, and creating action behind that. Build your business, and watch as it flourishes. So thank you all for tuning in with me. Like I said, reach out, let me know what stage you're at. Reach out to your fellow sisters that commented on this wall post here too, and stay in contact, okay? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.